For Ukraine, it's an urgent need to rapidly create a vast defence sector capable of supplying a military at war. To do it, Kyiv is partnering with a host of Western firms. BAE Systems opened an office there last year. The firm makes the Storm Shadow cruise missile that the UK supplied to Kyiv. It's also working with Ukrainian firms to repair weapons like the L-119 light gun. Another company forging links with Ukraine is the US defence giant KBR. It's provided various services to the British military for more than a decade, from catering to logistics and transport. Some will remember it as the firm that ran the water bottling plant at Camp Bastion in Afghanistan. Now it's among a number of firms working with the UK government to explore opportunities in Ukraine.
I think there is a recognition that the UK government and associated industry was and has been one of the more, if not the most, forward-leaning, certainly in terms of the European leadership role in NATO. And flowing from that, I think you're seeing good parts of cooperation. You're seeing major UK-based defence industry primes opening offices in Kyiv. You're having good two-way conversations. You're having a lot of inward trade missions from Ukraine into the UK, facilitated by trade associations of which we're part.
Another company with a growing footprint in Ukraine is Rheinmetall. The German defence firm is already involved in a joint venture to service and repair German armour sent to Kyiv. And there are reports it plans to set up at least 4 factories in Ukraine to produce 155mm artillery shells, military vehicles, gunpowder and anti-aircraft weapons. The Turkish company Baykar, which makes the Bayraktar TB2 drone, is investing $100 million into Ukraine and is planning to set up a drone production plant.
I think there is a growing realisation arising from the war in Ukraine, where the Ukrainians have been forced to accelerate both the digital transformation, but also not forgetting the crucial resupply of conventional munitions and other capabilities. You need both of those things. It's not one or the other, and too often I think conversations on capabilities can be separated. So this war is teaching us, and it's a lesson for UK defence as well, that we must have the appropriate structures from within the Ministry of Defence and the frontline commands to engage industry in the round to ensure that UK defence has got the capabilities, both digital and conventional, that will ensure that we're resilient when we confront these threats in the future.
For Ukraine, bringing in Western investment is critical, but it comes with some serious challenges. Production lines and the workers employed on them are vulnerable to Russian attack. And there's concerns among Western firms about the security of their intellectual property, their top secret designs. Corruption is also an ongoing issue. But what Ukraine does have is first-hand operational experience against a peer adversary. And that, for Western companies, is highly valued.
We hear a lot about lessons can be learned from the Ukrainians in terms of how technology and capability is being applied on the battlefield. So that's absolutely correct. This is not a one-way street. UK industry and UK MOD have as much, if not more, to learn from the Ukrainians in that exchange. And likewise, British industry has a huge amount that it can provide to support the effort.
For Ukraine, winning this war remains the most pressing concern, but there is a growing interest in the longer term, giving Kyiv the tools to keep Russia at bay for many years to come. There are major challenges. Ukraine's state-owned defence sector still has many hangovers from its Soviet past, but efforts have begun, and UK firms are among those at the forefront. Simon Newton, Forces News. Thanks for watching. For more from Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.